All right, welcome back to day 4 of Enigmarch. During this series, I will be writing a puzzle in front of you. I will be writing a puzzle and talking about my processes for how to write that puzzle based on a prompt that the Enigmarch writers have put for each day. Today's prompt is the word hint, so I'll be writing a puzzle based around the word hint. Now, we can go and create a new sheet for this. Name day 4 hint. Okay. So if I were writing something that wasn't in a PDF, yeah, the fact that this is going to end up being in a PDF makes this a little bit trickier because if I were writing a more interactive puzzle, I would 100% do a puzzle that requires you to use the hint mechanism of whatever's going on. And there's a good example of this. So, well, I go back to various puzzles. 2021. I think it's in Giga. Yeah, water bottle. So water bottle. This was a puzzle that involved a physical water bottle, and then it required you to put um to like request hints because it involved hint water. Um, yeah. So these are the hints that you could get from this. Yeah, like these are all the yeah. Not that I intend to use the hint brand again for this, but it's yeah. Anyway, sorry, I got lost in thought. I'm recording. So there is this kind of like behind the scenes unveiling the curtain style kind of puzzle. Um that might be what I want to go for here. So that's not what I was looking for. Here we go. So I think it's in here. Yeah, piercing the veil. So this was an interesting puzzle in that this kind of thing was what their behind the scenes puzzle writing software looked like. And so this puzzle was all about recreating a puzzle based on clues from the conversations that an author and an editor and test solvers were having. So it became like this logic puzzle of, well, you've got a bingo card as 5 by 5 with the center square labeled bingo, and then there's all this information about test solving and editing and uh you can't solve it actually, but you can piece together enough to figure out what the puzzle is and then how to go about it. It's a cool style of puzzle, and we could probably do something like that with hints. So so yeah, what if we did that, but it's responding to teams' hint requests? Okay, so how do we go about like because now we've done 3 straight days of crossword clues. I would like to continue doing crossword clues. So how can we make this about crossword clues. So, okay. So the previous puzzles I've seen involved like a path, a logical path across the United States that was either a mezzacata or a Cicero one. Um, there's the 5x5 grid here. What if we had like it was originally a puzzle called like the underlying puzzle that we're writing the hints for is this puzzle called Potpourri, and each of our crossword clues has a word encoded in some sort of weird encoding, or some sort of like puzzle hunt style encoding, and those encodings um those encodings yeah, so I imagine it was like, so the underlying puzzle is uh handy timekeeping, like this is for watch, this clue's watch, and then it's a clue, Monopoly, boring landlord, board game. Okay, so then this is in Morse, this is in Braille, and this is in uh semaphore. And then this is in Gallifreyan. This is in uh Bionicle Bionicle Matoran. This is in the point is I'm making real ones here and fictional ones here. Gravity Falls has one. Um yeah. Okay. I hate fandom. Okay. Gravity Falls author. And then game. Um what's another like fictional um I can look this up, but I would like to see if I can do it off the top of my head. Oh, Futurama. Futurama has one. Alienese. Okay. uses Visionaire, Bill's substitution. Oh, fun. Okay. There's a lot of these, actually. It looks like Bill's. Yeah, it looks like the author one isn't used that often, but Bill's symbol substitution cipher seems like it's used often. No, I guess it is somewhat in there. All right, so we could say Bill's symbols. So the Bionicle Matoran. Matoran alphabet is what it is. So if we can get the names, I know. Okay, so Matoran alphabet. This is Bill's substitution cipher. Alienese and Gallifreyan. I mean, I guess. Yeah, it's just called. They just call it Gallifreyan. I was wondering if it would be like. Okay, I guess Sherman's Gallifreyan. That's actually a problem if it's circular or Sherman's. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Uh, we can go the Star Trek Arubish. Arabesh. There we go. Here we go. Once again, fandom. Okay. Arabesh. And then, so what if you just got all this like stuff mixed together and yeah, so the puzzle has these seven like different symbols running around, and you just have to read what they are from top to bottom, but they're all mixed up together. Okay. All right. Well, so we need to actually get actual answers. All right. I can see where this is going. Okay. I started writing the actual puzzle and I was like, wait, this is first of all the wrong answers, and secondly, that's not what we're actually doing. Okay. So this is one where we want like 3, 4, 5 word crossword clues. Well, and we want two of them. We probably need to start doing threes again after this, but we'll see. But this kind of wants two with the real fictional split. Um, IPA could be something like hoppy bar order. In case you missed it, could be like abbreviation for catching up. So Kyra, I'm sure, has actual people associated with it. Whenever I think of Kyra, I think of the Pathfinder iconic cleric. And maybe that's what I use here. Pathfinder iconic cleric. Yeah, I kind of like Pathfinder iconic cleric for one of them. So Kyra, and then over here. Hmm. Okay, so cancels previous correction. Cancels previous printing correction. Okay. And so then we could do these in like alphabetical order: Braille, Morse, Semaphore, Alienese, Arubesh, Bill's, Substitution, Cipher, and Matoran alphabet. Okay, so what happened is that every single one of these got translated into like letter by letter. And so like the whole thing is like, we have the Pathfinder. um well, actually Pathfinder's probably much closer than this because space on the paper, but like, And then you have iconic in Morse like this, like that sort of thing is what's going on here. So now we have to write the actual hints. Um, so I would start writing them in the spreadsheet here, but I think, well, like unfortunately, the spreadsheet is great, but it's not great for the text like I want. So see if I want more of a flavor text there. Oh, but I may want to do like boxes or something. Yeah, okay. I do want to. I'll try writing it in here. Well, all right. Hello. Oh wow, I have so many of those. Okay, yeah, I'll do those later. Hello, running team. We are utterly stuck on this puzzle, and we have. We would like a push. Here is what we know. We have. There are 7 different encodings, and we have identified 3 of them as semaphore, um, Morse, and Braille. I wonder if there is so a single dot is an A in Braille, and I wonder if there's a E in the Morse code one. There is not. Oh no, there's an A in Braille, so we could say that they found it. They think they found an E in Morse code. Um, we have identified each of the. We've identified each of the symbols, and we don't know. We've identified each of the symbols, but we don't know what how to read. There is no obvious left to right reading of the symbols. And we there doesn't seem to be anything interesting about which ones are which. We have so Pathfinder would normally be 10, so they have 9 Braille. Uh 6 no, they have 7 Morse and 6 semaphore. except they're going to do it in the same order as semaphore Morse. They're not going to do it in Braille Morse semaphore order. And 6 semaphore symbols. Identified. So, just jumping down to the clue thing, clue. Response. Hi, solving team. A couple of notes. One of your Morse code symbols is actually a Braille. I know that there's no difference between the two visually, but you'll see when it's time to read down that the Braille is actually a Braille symbol. That the Braille letter needs, that the dot needs to be a Braille letter. Otherwise, the Braille word would have one, two, three, four consonants in a row before getting to its first vowel. It is, yeah. Needs to be the second Braille letter. Okay, so with that, we have now confirmed that the Braille word, that tells them that the Braille word has to be consonant, vowel, consonant, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As for the other encodings, each of them is from a fictional yeah, each of them is from a fictional universe. I don't know. What I don't want to say like fictional show, but not really, because one of these is from Lego and movies and a fictional property. We will admit that they are hard to Google, but as for hints to find them, Lego. No, we'll just say Bionicle. Uh, tell you what properties they're from. A little bit they're hard to Google, but we can tell you what properties they're from. Uh, Bionicle, Star Wars, Gravity Falls, excuse me, and Futurama. Futurama would come alphabetically before. But we don't know how to read them properly. They know how to read, they just don't know how to read. Yeah, these should all be capital. We're just gonna. Okay. Hint request. Um, we would love some hints as to the unknown alphabets. Okay. This I think is going to end up being slightly longer than a page, but oh well. We're doing it. We're going full in. All right. So next one I already know what I want to do. Hint request. Really? There's only 6 Morse code. There's only 6 Morse letters, but there's two. There's I want to say something about repeated bigram. And the first 2 letters are IC, so yeah. Also, we had the idea of reading from top to bottom, but the first 2 letters are IC. So I don't think that's giving anything. Uh, so now we're gonna go to cat. I am curious if we go to like. Yeah, it's just iconic. Okay. The first 2 letters of. I would highly recommend that you continue down the path of reading from top to bottom. IC is a great start, and funnily enough, a great end to that word. All right, so now we've fixed this at iconic. What problems? Okay, so the next thing you're gonna have a problem is there's gonna be like 5 million. There's gonna be like 5 million questions about this. So, what's the bill substitution? Printing. Okay, so well, okay. Bill's substitution cipher. So does the triangle with a line down? I wonder if that's in Unicode. Close things, but not really. Okay. Cool. Like, is that in the author one? Because we could say, oh, it is. It's no. Okay. All right. So what is the word? It is printing. Is there a one that we can guarantee that isn't in? Yeah, the P from printing is not in any of them. Okay. There are so many ones from Gravity Falls. Do you use a mix of them or something? Just actually make sure. Let's just run through the rest of these symbols to make sure that there is none. Yeah, if that's all the symbol ciphers, then I can't believe I didn't use Gnomish. Yeah, it's fine. Gnomish was the one that I had to decode when I was a kid. Okay. Cool. A lot of different substitution alphabets. However, the top most letter from this is P, and that one is unique. Yeah, and that triple dot design is unique. And yeah, right. And P and the other ones are yep, is that like shifty thing, and then combined symbol is the Z. Yeah. Okay. Oop, don't need my start menu. All right. Okay, so now Arabish would be previous. Does that use any of the? There's a couple of them, like IO maybe has AE. Is there any type two stuff? No TH, no US, SH, OO, no. Okay, darn. I was really hoping that like we'd use one of the ones like NG or something on previous. Okay. Uh, so Bill's substitution cipher has started with a P. Uh, the Matoran alphabet is right here. So R A N. Oh well, that's not. It's. I was just started spelling in my head Mozart and Mozart. It should be correction. So Correcition. Oh, so what we could do is we could say they misinterpreted. They need to be turning the page. So because that will change some of the letters. So that will give like an A and a Q or something. Um, our initial decoding of the Bionicle alphabet gave. So C became an A, O stays an O, R stays there, E can become an M, C becomes an A again, T stays a T. There's nothing that it turns. No, it would need a dot to be an R, need a dot to be a P. Oh, it could be a G. There we go. I can become an N, O, I. Why are you rotating the symbols? Just leave them as they were. All right, that should pretty unambiguously give correction. Because so what that's going to do is it's going to make the C can become A or Q. So it's going to be ACQ. Oh, actually, I have the things in here. So it would be correction. So C is ACQ, ACQ. T was G or T. R's have to be R's and O's have to be O's. Uh, IN, and what was E? It was E or M. Wheel of Fortune, all of this. Let's copy this and put it in New Dramatic. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, cool. So we've just essentially guaranteed correction here with that. Once they like piece that together. Just gonna put that over there for now. Uh, what does alienese look like? And what word are they doing? Cancels. Oh, we could have them. Is that N similar to the something in Matoran? Yeah. Oh, like a B or an S. Okay. Okay. So we could also have them put like a B here. Also, that B is actually a letter from is actually the third letter in Futurama. But again, don't rotate it. Okay. Yeah, so then the B is that, but then indicated that it's been rotated to be an N. So the third letter, we've got that. Okay. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 in Bionicle, 7 in Futurama, 8 in Gravity Falls, 8 in Star Wars, 10 in Braille, 6 in both Semaphore and Morse. What about C dot? Oh, there's much more of those. Okay. No, it does have cleric. I was gonna say, like, does this not have cleric? Okay. I mean, I could be trying to use grade 2 braille, but I don't think so. All right. We don't understand the braille word. Hmm. How do we want to go about cluing the rest of these? So this is what we've clued so far. What's one letter off of previous? Precious. What does C and V look like in? Uh, I wonder. No. Uh, no, I can't say previously. That would be funny though. Okay. We managed to get the word precious. That's the only word we're 100% sure on. I wouldn't be too sure on precious. I think that there's one letter missing. We can't find one of the letters, but that's okay. I wouldn't be too sure on precious. If you look through everything, then there should be something that looks like a Y that you haven't used yet. That's your missing letter from for precious, and it's not the letter you think it is. It's not the letter you want it to be. Okay, so that should get us previous. Um, we need to get. So cleric is the only word that we haven't clued yet in some way. How about oh, we can make them do rotating for semaphore as well. So I'll just do it on here. It's fine. Semaphore. Thank you. Okay. So C is this. What if we mirror imaged everything? E L mirror image is oh maybe it doesn't exist. Yeah. Huh, that's annoying. Okay, what if it's we they got rotated? So it start with I. Yeah, no, that's not correct. It would be straight up and out. Straight up and out that way. K. And then L to R. E goes out and over, like an M. R is unfortunately getting rotated into the thing that we don't have a symbol for. Okay, what if we did instead? They did mirror rotate it. Um, so C becomes E, L becomes unknown, E becomes C, R stays at R, I becomes K, C becomes E. And we wonder if there's like a grade 2 version of this, like there is for Braille. I mean, I'm sure that there are more complicated versions of this code out there, but you just need the basics. All right, that should hopefully get us cleric. Okay, so all right. We need to say your counts are correct. Okay. We should be able to do this in one more hint request and response. Okay, so this is what we have so far. If we take a look at alienese, we no longer have Galfrey in this. What am I missing? Bill's substitution cipher. Okay. Um. Just checking. both squares under wallpaper with dots above and below. The diagonal 9 and the two triangles. Not only are those the correct symbols, but somehow you put them in alphabetical order. So if we have printing, is that the only word that comes up with the anagram? Yes. Okay, so that should get us printing. Same for Futurama. Um, do both triangles pair of triangles with a pair of vertical angles? The bow pointing downward, the bow and arrow pointing downward. Uh, oh, I should do this. And do E um with each quarter turned inside out. We don't need to do the N. Um, start a knot. Two loops. And the sideways I. Go with this one. Yes. Not only are those all the correct symbols. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing to check cancels. Yep. Okay. Great. We also don't get how the Braille word works. Rest of the clue. What does being a trailblazer have to do with the other two words? You're looking for a tabletop RPG. Okay, and that should clue to Pathfinder in that you start looking for. Yeah, it's pretty well known. Okay, oops. Okay, I think that gets us there. I think I have just written everything to get us to here. What this hasn't clued yet is the ordering for this, but I'm pretty happy with letting them figure out the ordering. Also, if you figure out this like real like the beginning of this really emphasizes the like real versus fictional split. Um, yeah, I like this. Okay, so now we gotta do I don't know, just like I'm thinking like chat boxes. Trying to type in the box. There we go. Were there more after that? Oh yeah, we would love a hint as to the unknown alphabets. Okay. Hint day 4, March 4th. Okay, so then we can do an insert a shape like this, and then do the fill with here. Edit text. Uh, that, and then format to bring that to the right. Oh, it's only bringing that one to the. Hold on. Hmm. Okay, so now we have like our template. It's not like amazing, but it'll do everything. It'll be good enough is where I'm at with this. And that's basically Enigmarch. Like not to say that Enigmarch puzzles are bad, it's just that I'm not going to like I'm making 30 of them in a month. So, let's copy this, paste, fix that in a second. Oh, of course, it changes that back. Okay. So let's bring this up a bit. Let's bring this here. I would like to not cover the page number. Yeah, we can do a little bit more here. Okay. We're going to insert a duplicate page. And then we're going to get rid of the header. Uh, get rid of all of that. Get rid of the flavor text. Great. This is going to go up here. Okay. Oh, that's annoying. All right. I'll just. That's easier to deal with. Okay. Uh, this needs to be bigger. And then here. Okay. I guess I could take the I don't want to take this response off of here because I don't want to split the hint and response up. Like I could spread them out, move it over here and spread it out more, but I don't think we need to. Okay, I don't like. Thank you. Okay, I don't like they split the line, split it on there. Yeah. Otherwise, I think this is looking good. I'm gonna hit save. All right. Um. Again, this is a first draft. It's my first two-page puzzle, but some of those will exist. Uh. Yeah. I mean, I like. Just looking at this, I like where it's gone. This I think is probably the longest of the puzzles just because like this one is going to require some research. Like all of these others, like the season one you can do just with this page. The colors one you may or may not be able to do with this page. The circles one, the center one you can definitely do on this page. This one you definitely can't. Like unless you have all of these things memorized. And like I had their existence memorized but not their actual uh not the actual alphabets. Anyway, if you enjoyed this and would like to see more, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I put out stuff every Wednesday. Um, in addition to this Enigmarch series I'm doing, where I solve various puzzles and/or talk about solving puzzles. See you next time.